Welcome back and welcome to all the new subscribers on the channel. Today we are going to try and sort out a few issues that happened on the way back from the MOT because the car started running really badly and I think it was only running on 3 of the cylinders, so we're going to go and try and figure out what is wrong. Right, so the engine was leaking oil out of the rocker cover, so I've put a new gasket on it now, and next thing we need to do, because it was all dripping down here, we also need to, so I've taken out the spark plugs already and they were quite sooty because when I tried to attach the air filters, I noticed that this was quite tight, so we'll need to sort that out because it was running on choke for quite a while, so that might be one of the reasons why it was running so badly. But I have a feeling like that it was something to do with the 4th cylinder. We're going to do a compression test on them to see how it is in the cylinders. So to ensure that I make sure that they all go in the right places, I actually put cable ties on all of the wires. So I put a cable tie all across and then individual ones to separate them so they will never get all muddled when I'm faffing around with them. So I'm just going to take them all off so the engine doesn't try to start. Move them out of the way, and then I'll start to undo each of them and check for compression. And that's showing about 110. Right, so I did the check on cylinder 1, 2, 3 and 4. 4 came out as 115 after several, same for number 3, 115, and 2 and 1 both came out at 110. I think it's PSI. Yep, 110 PSI. So that shows that they're not too bad. Obviously, we need to see what else it could be. I've just changed the dynamo because that was showing half a current from the back. So we put a loop round the 2. So from each of the terminals, we just did a loop, and that means you can check the current coming from it. And it was 0.5 volt. So the next place that we need to look, because this could be an electrical problem, that the sparks aren't getting enough electricity, so it's not as powerful, is the control box, because inside the car, when we turn the ignition on and the engine's on, the ignition light stays on. That shows that it's not getting enough juice to be able to, or enough power from the dynamo or the control box, enough electricity from the dynamo or the control box, and that means that the battery is not charging. So I've replaced the dynamo already, so we know that's now producing enough voltage. And next is the regulator, and that's just because as the revs get higher on the engine, the dynamo produces more and more voltage, and so the regulator needs to sort of make sure that it's at a constant 12 volts, I think, or whatnot. So next is that to replace. I've ordered a new one from an electrical spares company, and it's just an exact same replacement part, so obviously just need to connect that up. All of them go into the same place, so it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm going to get new leads for the spark plugs and obviously the spark plugs have changed. So next is taking the control box off, or regulator, and replacing it with the new one. And it's just a direct replacement, so it can't be too bad. Because the only time I've driven it so far is taking it to the MOT centre and back. And then on the way back from the MOT centre, it was running terribly. Right, and that is the voltage regulator or the control box all in place. So hopefully it will mean that all the power coming from the dynamo goes through that and then sorts out and charges the battery, unlike what it has been doing. Right, I'm going to wait until tomorrow, so hopefully tomorrow we'll get some new leads for the spark plugs from the coil, and hopefully that will help with our problem. Next thing to do is change the spark plug wires, so the cables that go from the coil into the spark plug, because I believe one of them might be broken and it's just something that is worth changing. And then it is all about checking to see if it runs correctly next, because we've replaced the coil, the dynamo, so hopefully the electrical system will be getting enough charge to spark the fuel properly. We'll have to see how it goes. Right, and now it is all back up and running and sounding very nice. I'm also wondering what you think about the wheels. Should I have a go at grinding them, maybe sanding them back and having a go at myself repainting them, or should I send them off to the soda blaster and have a go at repainting them, or should I just send them off and get them painted when I get the rest of the car painted? Leave a comment down below of what you think I should do. If you've liked this video and you want to see more, give me a thumbs up, comment down below, or subscribe to see future videos.